All right. Looks like we're live. It's been a long day. Long day. Very focused. Lots of learning. An ebook is on the way. An ebook. I've been deciding to move all of the steps forward faster, and we're getting close within just a couple of weeks for July 4th. Last July 4th was a huge kickoff for Ballad AI. Last July 4th, I pumped the token because I was creating the fund for locked liquidity. And some of the community sold. It wasn't the best setup, but I was just starting a token from scratch, learning how to do it as I go. Because all these successful meme coins, for example, they have like no value but a picture, and people pour tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions into meme coins because of a culture of a vibe. What about a vibe? What about a utility? What about a vibe of a utility to save the world, change the world, reinforce good solutions in the world? What about a technology that can empower people locally and empower individuals to become entrepreneurs and learn the mastery of this new AI world that we live in, to begin a lifestyle where we change. We are connected to the computer, connected to internet, connected to outreach, and working on building that community for the massive change we're all here for. That's what it is. We're here for change. And it has to start with change within ourselves. We have to have awareness of the problems, the solutions, and strategies, and act on them. As I get older, I recognize every minute matters, every hour flies by so much faster, and there's no time to be wasting time. As I evolve, I'm contemplating even selling all of my music gear and putting it into Bitcoin and giving up that side of me until maybe one day again I might rely on some acoustic instruments. Electronic music has been great, but is it my passion? My passion is connecting with the world. I don't need this equipment, and I need Bitcoin more. I loved it. I'm not going to be a musician. I'm not going to be touring places. I'm not going to be playing at shows. I had a great idea for sound healing with analog recordings and solfeggio tones and the like. And these healing frequencies definitely could set off an effect on my body and just allow me to feel good in the space and really energized, really euphoric from the music. But I'm not sure if I need to even keep it any longer. If even just spending 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes playing music, I'm not absolutely grinding on my passion, which is to spread the idea of this economic localization and direct democracy worldwide. Yeah, some would say, "Oh, but you're influencer. That music influences people, and so you should keep it. You should keep it to encourage people." I don't think that's the key. I don't think that people in that music space that listen to it are necessarily the target audience. Uh, I would like to think so, but I have witnessed the degradation of the scene, and I don't have much hope for that direction. I think that the key is actually older people, seniors, those who are retired, who have time, and the older generation, the boomers who are awake. That's the target audience because young people just don't get it. Now, I'm being a little bit of facetious. Actually, I like all ages of ideas getting behind the concepts I'm building, but the older people ought to know, they ought to recognize that this is their life, their last of their years. They want to aspire to do something that fills them with joy, to just give back to their community. And that's why I'm doing this my whole life. But I think anybody at any age can pursue these designed business plans that I have here. And it just clicked today, listening to the first 10 minutes of a course I purchased on Persuasion. And it's the fact that I don't have sellable offers and upsell offers in my bid. And I already know exactly, as I was walking to the dumpster with my trash, it came to me and I realized that I know exactly what my offers are. And then decide I'm going to make a schedule this week and complete the pay cart and set up the offers, because I just have been declining myself from really promoting those and giving people value. And it's time I stopped that. I already know a target audience. So anyway, I had a lot to say. It's 1:15. I should be going to sleep, but tomorrow I have a very important meeting at noon. And I actually have been up very, very early in the morning for the last few days. My sleep clock has been totally warped. I have a lot going on in my personal life, but I have been productive. I've been sitting down, unfortunately. I've been very, very passive. I have a treadmill here and I have weights. I haven't done as much of those, but I spent some hours practicing training Kung Fu and went to the gym. I have this nice air-conditioned gym. Nobody's at this upper deck where they do like the yoga classes and stuff and the fitness classes during the day, and go in there and there's fans and nobody's in there. And I just trained my Kung Fu and I had such a great workout. And my wooden dummy training is going so well. I realized I need to start providing education on this. So I also intend to really double down on focus on that business to prove my business marketing strategy and SEO. Start with the Kung Fu. That's me. That's what I've been training my whole adult life. That is my joy. Not this politics. Not teaching people crypto. It's cool. I that is evangelism. I mean, I do want to wake people up, but it's not my joy. It's like a fight that I persist with. I guess I must love it because it gives me, feeling of resistance to that which I feel is repulsive of the world, the corruption in politics and the absolutely disastrous fiat money system that just inflates in front of our eyes and disappears every year as the prices increase because of the Federal Reserve insiders printing money and giving it to their cronies, which in the end interferes with every other free market business trying to compete. When they at the Fed give the money to specific businesses, then of course the businesses have stocks and the politicians vote on them early. They get their stock picks. Now apparently that's cool. We can trade their stocks and catch the same ones, but I'm not as much as into stocks because fundamentally they're still based on dollar valuations. But I do like the idea of supporting companies. What I find a lot of value in for the world's future is tokenized assets and synthetic stocks on the blockchain that can be traded 24/7. There's an algorithm to figure this out. And it's very interesting. We are directing ourselves in that world. Ondo is run by BlackRock, the biggest corporation in the world, and they're pushing a tie with XRP. They want to do work with USDC, who I also want to do work with, but I'm not pushing the idea of a banker relation XRP swap for the bankers. I'm pushing for the people. However, I think it's okay that the bankers use that. And if people want to invest in what the bankers use, I'm going to remain neutral, but I'm not investing more than I have in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the number one asset because it's got to be 50% of the portfolio. The rest of the hype dies down and has less action than it should. The utility coins with the most purpose do worse than the meme coins with absolutely no value often. But if we're sticking around with long-term plays or we follow trends, we can catch very interesting profits. And I've developed a way to do this, collecting them, protecting them with stable coins. So I'm building that model out right now. with Yin Yang DAO. Just made a bunch of videos. I can drop some of those after this on the X profile. I'm super tired, as you can tell. My sleep has been so bad. I slept 3.5 hours the other day. I've been pushing myself because like I want to be up at 6 a.m. for this 9 a.m. Eastern conference on AI, and I'm learning something, learning tremendously. I was out there the night before that also from I think that night was even worse. It was like 4 a.m. Yeah, the sun was coming up. It was so bad. So anyway, I need to go to sleep. I'm obsessed. I'm building. I am not even scoring enough points on my Sonic chain. I could just focus on myself. I realize when I try to build this to help myself, if I'm helping other people and not myself enough, I neglect those very things that are more beneficial. But the long term is that when I give value to you, when I deliver and provide a service of insight into the 20 years history inside of the petition industry, for example, or the amazing merchant services industry that can make all kinds of compounding passive income from the ripple effect of referrals and business owners and charities getting involved with us, teaching DeFi to the masses, so that we can simply create a circular economy and shop at those businesses, creating donations to the charities and fundraisers and schools that we choose. And that is the future, along with the AI-powered ballot initiative qualification that will take over the multi-billion-dollar industry in the US and worldwide. It's a niche, but more importantly, we're going to integrate e-democracy so we can create our own ballots and deliver them to the public at a fraction of the cost. Let the public ultimately decide what ballot measures we need, whether they're recalls to remove politicians, nominations potentially to get candidates that are for direct democracy, to save the republic, possibly, if there's constitutionalists out there that would be so daring to discuss the concept of educating the public in order to convince them through logic and history and math and all kinds of factors that we need to vote on conservative values, conservative talking points. Wow, I look so tired. Oh my God, my eyes. We need to deal with economics and the fallacy of Marxism and wake people up to this fiat disaster, this nightmare. So we have to be confident. The conservatives are the majority. Trump won the election. Direct democracy is something we can use to limit the state. Now is our time. If the mind virus spreads to enough people through the public schools too fast, and we are not able to maintain a Republican next election, and we go back to Democrat, then it's even more reason for people to get involved and take back their states' rights and sovereignty, like we always should have, like we always should have control, and be part of this, libertarian, it's got movement, and the economic localization and voluntarism of charity fundraising is something that everybody should want to monetize, regardless of your political views. And the political views are merely restricted by the philosophy of the non-aggression principle, to not cause harm to another in order to enforce laws if they have not caused harm to anyone else, and to not tax, which is ultimately coercion and theft. At the same time, we have to stop inflation, which is theft. So we must educate the masses about DeFi and decentralized government, DGov. And this onboarding program will be very powerful because you get to learn a lot. And I'm making some fine tuning to the Google Doc, and then we're going to set this all up on the website and duplicate it with an email system that's persuasive. So we're working on it. Thanks a lot, everyone, for being here. I hope you can join me, get in a little work. You don't have to work as hard as I do, but if you make some content, make some images, make some media that will work, let's get those going, because you should be able to join me and everyone else in this Yin Yang DAO and this Web3 Sonic program, start getting passive income, educating people about AI tools and DeFi, and start playing the game and see. We have a huge chance of winning. Early movers, the time to act is now. Let's make that happen. We can fundraise for utility projects at the same time. You can chase your dreams however you wish. And tomorrow I have this meeting with this financier looking at getting $150,000 in business credit. Big goals, big goals. It's going to sue off the developer who frauded us, get our 90,000, 100,000 plus back. Maybe there'd be some penalties. That costs like 10K. And then I'm going to invest in a lot of things and make some decisive moves. If you want to know what those are, just go ahead, subscribe. And if you're also interested in getting loans, I'm all about duplication. I'm looking at this concept that every single American I know in this country has a social security number that can get them business credit. They can start with personal credit and business credit. That allows them to extract tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands from the banks and 0% interest capital so that you can spend that on a business that makes you lifetime profits and elevate yourself to the next level. And what's stopping all of us from attaining this? Education. I wish I knew this. Everybody wishes they knew this. And now I have access to it. And that's part of the program because Economic Lift, mind you, works with businesses. We're creating voluntarism and fundraising, working with local businesses. Businesses are the ones who receive the customers. They're the net profiteers. You can't look past that businesses are the main people that this benefits because they're making all the profit from every sale. We're just taking the micro transaction to grow. And even that's incredible. But the businesses, they are the ones who will be deciding what charities they work with, and they will be the ones learning. They'll be able to help every single cause that they want. And if they don't want to, they have that right. It's voluntarism. And that's freedom that we allow. But we also have, this DeFi education for them and way to turn them into influencers in their community that you as an entrepreneur networking with them would be so rewarding because of all the hundreds and thousands of people that go through their doors that could be onboarded with a referral networking commission. That could be so much passive income for you. And that's the goal, is to get business owners that are a honeypot, that direct customers. I already have a solar deal that's very similar. This is healthy for me to talk about this. I have a healthcare deal that is very similar. 55% of businesses have not taken the Affordable Care Act. Let's give it to them. They're getting overcharged for their health insurance, and we get passive income from bringing it to them. I'm studying for my life insurance notes. I got the audio notes. I'm going to listen tonight while I sleep. Flashcards, audio notes, studying for life insurance. You get that, you get real financial solutions, you get passive income for life, and you insure everything. That means if this business goes down, if they take me out, the money is available. The hundreds of millions of dollars can be available to replace all the costs necessary to continue the vision alive. Life insurance is essential for these operations. When I'm certified and people see that certification and that I'm registered with the state of Arizona, that will give me credibility to the next level when I talk with business owners in general. But we have all kinds of profit models, so many profit models. And it's open access. It's not just in the United States where we can build the economic lift, but that's the only place I know about the business financing. And it's the only place I know about some of these offers that are U.S. companies. So other people in other parts of the world can also franchise and get their own systems going. So I'm going to make my offers. Low ticket offer is the ebook that onboards people to crypto. And another low ticket offer is the ebook that onboards people to the petition industry. A medium ticket offer is an exclusive membership in crypto where you get access to weekly meetings, tools that I share with you, such as AI and trade signals, weekly and daily. I have to do it every day. Once you do that medium ticket offer, I'm starting to build this. I'm going to do this because my projects are launching anyway. The high ticket offer is, the medium ticket offer for the petition is how to become a petitioner and make $50,000 in a season, easy. The medium ticket offer is good. The high ticket offer for economic lift is more like total franchising of everything that I have, all the tools, all the systems, everything that I'm building. It's not working 100% yet, but we're still exploring. But we do have quite a bit of media in the works, and we're starting to auto post, and it's a blessing to have the AI that can do all that in the background. So we're going to have a high ticket offer for economic lift, basically franchising this whole thing. And then the high ticket offer for United Petitioners and Ballot AI is then teaching how to be a petition coordinator. That's what every petitioner wants to learn anyway. That might be a mid offer because I just want to disrupt the petition industry so bad. That might be somewhere in between. A high ticket offer will be when you actually get like the full on ownership of tokens, because I'll buy tokens. I can't do that, actually. That was the illegal way. No, but I'm just thinking out loud. They don't want you to sell something for cash and give tokens away. But it's going to be like where I'll buy the tokens and a percentage will be distributed once we reach a certain level of liquidity anyway. Of lock liquidity, a percentage will be distributed. So you'll benefit. And we'll have a way for tokens for both programs. Everyone's getting equity. The business owners lock and stake tokens to drive up value on the MAP program and send out advertising. The Ballot AI locks up tokens to have access to the AI to process petitions, to streamline costs, save costs by 90%, and speed by 1,000%, so that there's no competition in the petition industry and for anyone who franchises with me in any city that they sign up in. And that's the case. I have a lot of good items to sell in both programs, lift and up. So I need to build that out this week. Wow. It's time to go to sleep. 1:31. All right. Tonight's going to be the night I sleep a little better. I hope you're all doing well. Check out some of the new videos. I'm going to be posting on X right now before I crash. Check out these new AI edited videos. They're dope. Thanks.